Hello and welcome to Salina First Response, a program about the Salina public safety entities. And I'm here at the Salina Fire Department with Fire Chief Tony Snyder. Tony, welcome.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the opportunity.
It's good to have you back again. We've got a lot to talk about. There's a lot of moving parts here in the fire department lately.
Yes.
Probably the most important thing, well, a number of important things, but a very important thing is that you were down in Orlando for a very special occasion. Tell us about that.
Well, we had the opportunity to go to Orlando for the Excellence Conference that's put on by the Center of Public Safety Excellence. And that's under the Commission of Fire Accreditation International for our accreditation hearings, as well as participate in coursework and whatnot to help us constantly improve. So we were fortunate. We have been reaccredited. This is starting now our third cycle. So it's over 10 years now, and that's the whole idea of this, is to see how we can consistently improve and get better and what other opportunities are out there.
So what all goes into getting reaccredited?
Wow, it's a substantial amount of work. It's a team effort. Melody Pearson, our accreditation manager, she drives the bus. Mm-hmm. And there are so many. There's 11 major categories that we call key core competencies, and within them there are multiple levels of different things. It runs everything from city administration through finance, through HR, through payroll, through, we have to document all of that, through communications and computer technology, apparatus, facilities, operational guidelines. Are they up to date? Are agreements up to date? It just goes from A to Z and back again.
Yeah,
it's a substantial amount of work, and then every 5 years there is a peer assessment team that will come on site and spend usually about 4 days and go through and evaluate all of our responses as to what we're doing to ensure that we're reporting correctly. Mm-hmm. And so it's quite a bit, but if we keep up on it, it's not that difficult, provided we do our due diligence. And the team here was phenomenal this year, and all I can see is it just getting better and better as we go. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
How does going through all this process benefit the community?
Well, the community has to understand, I hope they understand, that the resources that we provide and the services that we provide are not only geared on what they're able to do, but our timeliness on response times, the proper equipment, the proper apparatus. And I'd be willing to say that, our medical programs are probably pretty high up there in the state. The way we respond and the training, the level of training and what we've been involved with. And that's to the credit of some of the folks that Chief Pearson has been, the lead on that and keeping us moving forward. I don't know if you recall, but I always mention that people will say, how do you plan for the future in fire and emergency services? And I believe we create our own future. Mm-hmm. So, and it's by that interaction with other people, whether it's regionally, at the state level, or at the national level. So to constantly be assessing what opportunities are coming, what's being planned, what's being talked about, and being willing to listen and then say, okay, is that going to be viable for us? And then of course, what's the cost? Mm-hmm. So, but we've managed to do very well. We have the station alerting system that we've got. We were the first ones in the state of Kansas with it, and it's working phenomenally. That'll help reduce our response times, as well as our data collection. So, which is vital anymore. Data, is vital to anything we do. I have to show how and why and what the benefit is.
Are most fire departments in Kansas accredited, or is it fairly rare?
So, I think it's nationally. There are over 300, but in Kansas, I did try to identify how many, but I know that they're challenged with keeping it updated. I believe they're less than 20, maybe even less than 15, but over 10. That's the best way I can put it right now. But we are one of the smaller ones that are accredited. Mm-hmm. But, you have, I believe, Olathe and Lawrence, Douglas County, mm-hmm. And then there's a few others. And, it's quite an experience, because after 28 years in Philadelphia where we did not do this, this was it was a steep task for me to kind of wrap my head around it and understand the benefits of it. is the benefits are not only for me and what we can provide to the public, but it's also a benefit to our civic leaders that I can show them, hey, this is what we were evaluated on and this is where we stand. So I need help here. We need to do this as an organization. So I need that support. So as long as we keep that dialogue open and I can show that, I think it's great. And so far, I've had great support from the city manager's office and from city commission and the mayors. So we've been very, very lucky to be that supported.
Yeah, yeah. And I think it's great that the citizens know through that accreditation that this is a quality fire department.
Oh, absolutely. I've said this quite often. I am ecstatic to be here. This is a great organization. These guys and gal, they're second to none in my eyes. You know, my job is to keep them safe. If I keep them safe and provide them with the right equipment and training, then they can do the best job out there for the public, and that's our responsibility.
Well, that makes a good segue into some of the other topics that,
Yes.
that we need to cover here, because the equipment and facilities part of it is always a concern and always something that you have to have an eye on.
Oh, yes.
And so we've got a couple of major things going on right now. One is building a new fire station.
Correct. The new Station 4, we're just starting phase 2 of that, and the City Commission was very supportive. I know this has been kind of on the, I'll say the back burner for a while. It's been eyed and kind of on the schedule, but not. And when I got here, we just continued to have conversations to open that dialogue back up. And fortunately, now we're in the portion of this process to where we're ready to really kind of hit the ground running. And we've been working with WSKF architects, and again, great support from the city manager's office, and a lot of collaboration with Debbie and the finance director, and so it's been a great experience to see the collaboration within the city to support us, and see that they're open to ideas, and we're not planning for next year or 5 years. We're planning for 25 years down the road. Mm-hmm. So there is the opportunity. So when I say create our future, we have to look that far ahead.
Yeah.
So, and that brings us, and I know your next question is going to be apparatus.
Yeah.
So, when I got here, I looked at the status of what we had and the age and the mileage and the amount of repairs and the cost per mile and so many different variables. And we had a very robust medic unit plan that was working, perfectly. Mm-hmm. However, the fire apparatus plan was never really addressed. I don't think the needs were taken across the street, I'll say, with the urgency that they may have or should have been. So we were able to, I tasked Battalion Chief Derek Herzog to create a team and kind of gave them their marching orders, and then as each phase went through, I'd make some suggestions, and they did a phenomenal job, and we were able to show the need, but we were also able to present a 20-year plan and stabilize the cost over that time frame so that we can keep our annual spending within reason, but we showed the need that we needed these. So we actually have ordered 7 new apparatus. We have ordered 2 Pierce Enforcer pumpers, 2 Pierce Enforcer heavy-duty rescues, 2 Pierce Enforcer 107-foot quints, and a pump aerial platform that's 100-foot as well. And we expect delivery of all of those split up at different times, but within about 15 to 16 months.
Okay.
So we're looking forward to that. That will help us in a number of ways. When we can put the Quint 4 back in service, which is what it used to be, that will assist with our ISO rating, and the new station will help with that as well. Mm-hmm. And so we've had a lot of, Martha Tasker with the water department and whatnot. We've talked about some different things. We're going to collaborate with them on hydrant testing and flow testing and pressure testing, and keep enhancing what we can provide, and also showing the insurance services offices, as well as CPSC, the Center for Public Safety Excellence, that we are constantly improving.
Are the new apparatus going to be in one place, or is it going to be spread out over the various?
They'll be spread out over the various fire stations, and we will be relinquishing or selling whatever the older apparatus, and we have a plan for that, and we're going to take that across and present that to the city manager and see if he's in agreement with it. But we believe that we can use those funds to utilize them for some specialized equipment. As equipment changes over time now, we used to have the generators, and use hydraulic systems for some of our tools, but now all these battery powered systems have become so robust that there's a cost. If you put fire or medical in front of anything, the cost just skyrockets.
Right.
So because of the liability. So we're looking at some of that, and I think it'll be a good discussion, and I'm looking forward to that as well.
And I think we should probably note that probably because of some of the new apparatus kind of necessitates the new fire station, because the old fire station number 4 up there on Marymount is just not big enough anymore. Right,
yeah, we have equipment in firehouses right now that could be better located, better positioned. This new Station 4 will give us that opportunity to align the resources properly for the city, as well as the reserve apparatus, reserve medic units. So, this is going to be a substantial size from the apparatus bay perspective for Station 4. It's going to be 5 what I call double deep bays, and so it'll give us that opportunity, as well as we right now have almost 200 linear feet of equipment that's stored outside with our fire prevention trailer and things of that nature. So this will give us that opportunity to protect our equipment and enhance the overall fleet, and we'll be much better off.
And just for the benefit of people who may not be following this news day to day, tell us where the new fire station number 4 will be.
So that's going to be right at the corner of Crawford and Marymount. I believe
Markley.
It's Markley. I'm still learning. I haven't been here 2 years yet. In another week, it'll be 2 years.
Right.
But so the corner of Crawford and Markley on the southeast corner, basically at the end of the ball fields, traveling north, right across from the municipal golf course, and so we're looking forward to that. That'll give them a little better access to go either way on Markley, and so we looked at the location, and it really fits what we're looking at for the future and anticipation of growth eastward in Salina. So we looked at that as well. So we believe we're positioned correctly for that, and we're constantly identifying what the future may bring, and seeing what's going to be next that we may not have on our plates yet, but we probably should start having discussions about, which we've already started that. So it's been great to have the city manager's office be receptive of the thoughts and ideas, and the folks here have been tremendous with working together and collaborating, but there's always room for improvement.
Right.
Always.
Yep. And we should probably thank the city commissioners too for authorizing the spending of money.
Absolutely. They really, and they get down into the weeds with this, which is their responsibility, and they take it serious, and they've been very supportive, and they've asked the right questions, and we've been able to show them that what we're doing is a benefit to the city and to the citizens of not only Salina but Saline County, and so they get it. And so, fortunately, we're in that position where everything kind of worked together, and it was a collaboration with the city commission, the previous mayor, the current mayor. It's been great, and they ask the questions. They ask the hard questions, and that's okay. That way we ensure that we're doing our due diligence to protecting the citizens.
Yeah. Is there anything else going on that we should know about? That seems to be
God,
enough on your plate.
No, well, we've had a significant increase in the number of fires recently.
I've read about that in the news.
Yeah, so we're addressing that and working, collaborating with the Salina Police Department, and we want to ensure we're going to be probably putting out some information to the community. Some resources they can look at for some fire prevention tips and some hotline phone number tip hotline phone numbers and whatnot. And I'm hoping that gets out sometime today. But we're aware, and we're addressing it, and we don't take it sitting down. We we get concerned. We've had 14 structure fires since January 1st.
Wow.
And typically we'll average 1.2, 1.3 per month on an annual basis. So we're
You're
already
way ahead.
there. Yeah, we're way ahead. So we want to address that, and some have been deemed suspicious. So we want to make sure we're doing our due diligence so we protect the community.
Right. Well, I think our previous conversation here has I think, helped ensure the community that they are well protected.
These folks here, I got to tell them they should feel lucky, and maybe that's not the right word, but they should understand how good the members of the Salina Fire Department are.
Yeah, and it's just phenomenal what you guys are doing here. It's a lot of money.
Yes.
But it's going to be well worth it in the long run.
Yes, it will. And again, it's that they don't realize how good they really are. And they're constantly training, constantly trying to identify things and working out and keeping physically fit. And all I can do is keep trying to support that and keep it going in the right direction. But a lot of people collaborate, and it's not my fire department, it's their fire department. I have the honor of working for them. They don't work for me, I work for them. That's the way I look at it, I always have. And and they'll tell me what they're thinking, which is good. I need that. I want that feedback. I may not like to hear it, but I need to hear it. And so I'd say overall the organization is in a very good place, and there's always, like I said, always room for improvement.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the hope is always that you don't need the fire department, but when you do, or if you do, you know that you're going to get quality service out of it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That I will promise you.
All right. Well, Chief Snyder, I really appreciate your time.
Absolutely. It was a pleasure being here, and hopefully we just keep moving forward.
Yep.
And we'll see, as you said, what else is on my plate. I don't know yet, but sometimes I just walk in the office and there's something else there. So
it'll fill up.
But that's okay.
For sure.
That's okay. This keeps me busy, keeps me young, and it's something I have I love the fire service, and I care about the people. So that's kind of where I'm at.
And I think it shows.
Thank you.
All right. Well, Chief, again, thanks for your time, and thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Thank you so much.